Right on time for Hope TV Newswatch on this 12th day of November 2024. A very good evening to you wherever you're watching us from, and welcome to the broadcast. My name is Kimani, and signing for us tonight is Boniface Moridi. We begin with the Directorate of Criminal Investigations has refuted reports that detectives tried to stop former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua from attending a church service in Nairobi on Sunday. In a statement, the investigative agency said the allegations reported in a local daily were false and aimed at misrepresenting the actions and intentions of the DCI. Alice Diana begins our bulletin with the following report.
Following a story that was published in one of the local dailies claiming that DCI detectives in unmarked Subaru cars tried to prevent former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua from attending a church service in Nairobi on Sunday, DCI has come out to dismiss the allegations.
And we know what is going on.
The report indicated that drama surrounded former Deputy President's attendance at the Priesthood Fellowship Church in Kahawa West, as it was feared that Gachagua would use the pulpit to incite the public in light of his recent political tribulations. According to the newspaper, the detectives boarding unmarked vehicles drove to Pastor JJ Gitahi's residence in Ruiru on Sunday morning to find out why he was hosting Gachagua in his church. DCI has, however, denied its officers being at the center of the drama, stating that its operation aligned with the law and that at no point did it contemplate infringing on the former Deputy President's rights to assemble and worship. Through a statement, the DCI described the allegations as false and aimed at misrepresenting its actions and intentions. The DCI further stated the claim that the writer was unable to obtain a comment from DCI was incorrect. Alice Diana, Hope TV Newswatch.
Thank you so much, Alice, for that report. Now, President William Ruto has today held a meeting with members of parliament from Nairobi County and briefed them on the Nairobi Rivers Basin Regeneration Program. The head of state has said Nairobi is not only the face of Kenya, but also the gateway to the East African region, hence it occupies a special place in the national government's plans.
When I established the Nairobi Rivers Commission, the intention was to see how we can clear the, garbage and clean the Nairobi River in a very sustainable way. I know several attempts have been made before. Michuki tried and did a good job, but we dropped the ball after Michuki. So this time round, we want to do Nairobi River Commission in a different way. We want to clean the Nairobi River in a different way, in what other cities around the world have done. We need the buy-in of the leadership of Nairobi for us to implement that program appropriately, so that all of us can contribute ideas on how we can do this. We can do this better in a way that resonates with the resident of this city. The most important aspect of this is actually the sewer. We need to contain the sewer that currently is going to the Nairobi River. And it's going to be a trunk of 54 kilometers of sewer that we are going to construct to make sure that all the sewer that is now going into the river, we put it in the sewer line and deliver it in the right place. And then, of course, we are going to do other infrastructure. We are going to widen the river to between 20 and 30 meters in different parts. We're going to put infrastructure around it, non-motorable transport infrastructure around it, and also do some linear markets, along that, so that we can make it better.
Moving on swiftly, and President William Ruto has nominated Ahmed Issa Hassan as the new chairperson of the Independent Policing Oversight Authority (IPOA). Hassan served as the inaugural chairperson of the IEBC from November 2011 to October 2016. Hassan is an advocate of the High Court of Kenya with 30 years of experience. The head of state has also nominated a 7-member board, including legal and civil society experts, who have been tasked with safeguarding police standards amid rising demands for accountability. The newly nominated board is anticipated to uphold IPOA's mandate to investigate complaints against the police, enforce accountability, and build public trust in law enforcement agencies. Meanwhile, President William Ruto has nominated Sami Chepkwony to chair the Salaries and Remuneration Commission. Chepkwony, a human resource expert with over 30 years of experience, is the current CEO of People-Centric Management Limited. The SRC, tasked with setting salaries for public officers to ensure fiscal sustainability, will also benefit from 6 newly appointed members. The new SRC leadership faces the challenge of balancing fair compensation for public servants with Kenya's economic reality, a delicate task amid rising inflation and public demands for transparency. In wage policy, if approved, Chepkwony will succeed Lynn Mengich, who is currently serving as the outgoing chairperson of the commission. Mengich assumed office in August 2018, meaning her 6-year non-renewable term is set to conclude. Governors from the Nyanza region have complained about the delayed disbursement of the National Treasury funds, saying this has crippled activities in the county governments. Led by their chairman, Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, the county chiefs state that the Kenya Kwanza government is violating the constitution and that workers may go without salaries if the Ministry of Finance does not release funds to the county governments.
Demands that the division revenue law be observed and applied. The nation knows that the money due to the counties, which should have been disbursed to the counties, as by law required, but Treasury has not done so. Now, the national government itself has ways of replenishing its pot when it is empty, but we depend on the division of revenue law to give us our due of the national budget.
Now, Homa Bay County Assembly Speaker Julius Gaya has resigned. Gaya's resignation comes hours before an impeachment motion against him was due on a Tuesday afternoon sitting. His resignation was communicated to members of the County Assembly by the Deputy Speaker Okings Okomo. The grounds for Gaya's impeachment still remains unclear. Apologize for that. Now, residents in West Pokot County are calling on the county government to expedite the improvement of the goat market as it is their main livelihood. This is due to the severity of the ongoing drought affecting the Masol area in West Pokot. The locals have stated that the area is currently arid and they have no alternative means of survival, with livestock farming remaining as their only refuge.
Kama Masoli sahii tumefungua soko pale Akiriamet, tumefungua Nyangaita na hata hapa Tikit tunataka tufungue soko, na kule Takaiwa pale inakuwa na soko ambayo tunaomba waisani na serikali ambaye sahii imelenga juzi kwa budget ambaye rais wetu aliweza kuongea kwamba inaweza kupatia watu wapande nyasi na kuwe na kikundi na kuwe na cooperative.
Masol community ni area ya wafugaji pure. Sisi hapana lima vyakula kwa sababu ya hali ya anga yenyewe. Kwa hivyo mali yetu yote tunategemea ni ya ufugaji. Na ile mnyama rahisi sana kuuza ambayo inaweza uzwa na household kila wiki huwa ni mbuzi. Ng'ombe inakuanga ngumu kwa sababu ni kubwa zaidi kuliko mahitaji ile ya haraka. Kwa hivyo mbuzi ndio msingi ya uchumi na livelihood katika area hii ya Masol Ward.
To some breaking news now on the spiritual leader of the Global Anglican Church, the Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, has resigned. Archbishop Welby resigned on Tuesday after an investigation found that he failed to promptly report serial physical and sexual abuse by a volunteer at Christian summer camps. In a statement, Welby said that he was stepping down in sorrow and having sought the gracious permission of His Majesty the King. Welby had faced mounting calls to resign since the report was published last week on Thursday. A petition calling for his resignation, created by members of the National Assembly of the Church of England, the General Synod, had reached over 13,000 signatures at the time of his announcement on Tuesday. The pressure on him likely began well before the abuse scandal. In 2023, Welby faced significant scrutiny after expressing support for the blessing of same-sex couples, a stance that stirred considerable debate. In October 2024, he further fueled controversy by suggesting that all sexual activity, whether between straight or gay couples, should occur within a committed relationship. This series of statements may have contributed to the mounting pressures he is currently facing. Still on the international front, and countries at the two-week COP29 climate summit in Baku, Azerbaijan, have given the go-ahead to carbon credit quality standards, which are critical to launching a UN-backed global carbon market that will fund projects that reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Governments are also meant to hammer out a climate finance agreement. Theoretically, carbon credits allow countries or companies to pay for projects anywhere on the planet that reduce CO2 emissions or remove it from the atmosphere, and use credits generated by those projects to offset their own emissions.
Based on the Presidency's board and inclusive consultations, I trust that this proposal is acceptable for all. I now invite the CMA to adopt the draft decision contained in document PA/CMA/2024/L.1.
While it is exactly 12 minutes past the top of the hour, time now for a short break, but immediately after, I'll be back with the business and sports news. Stick around.
Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content, of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries, with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station, with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
Rafiki soul is the promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond watangaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful, ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful, ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. watangaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki mso.
Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
Santiago had told me, this is how we caught you. When you, and this is very important, and I'm not telling Christians to do wrong things, but these are facts that we don't know. When you enter the US, if you stay in the US for 3 months, you must exit for 3 months. If you stay in the US for 2 weeks, you must exit for those 2 weeks before you go back. So that if you don't balance that out, it picks you out. You're on the red radar.
Thank you for choosing Hope TV, the channel that brings you hope, entertainment, and inspiration. We value you and would like to serve you better. Talk to us by scanning this QR code on your screen or go to our social media page at Hope TV Kenya and click on the survey link by the name Hope TV Survey. It will just take a few minutes but means the world to us. We value your feedback. Hope TV, look and live.
Welcome back. Now let's get down to business. And Equity Group Holdings PLC has registered a 13% growth in profit after tax to 40.9 billion shillings, up from 36.2 billion shillings for the period ended 30th September 2024. Compared to a similar period last year, the group has seen its deposit franchise grow by 9% year-on-year to 1.3 trillion shillings, with its customer base now at 21.3 million.
This is a profit out of efficiency. As we have seen, it is not about interest income, it's about efficiency. It's not about dressing accounts. You can see how conservative we are with the provisions, optimize the provisions, make sure the coverage is very strong so that you free yourself into the future without challenges.
To some sporting action now, Joyce Murigi emerged the overall winner at the SBM Bank-sponsored Muthaiga Golf Club Lady Captain's Prize Golf Tournament that culminated this past weekend. The handicap 22 Murigi returned an excellent score of 39 points to trounce over all other golfers and emerged the overall winner, clinching an air ticket to Mauritius in the process.
As SBM, we've been here about, I think, 5 times to sponsor similar events. We've done the Chairman's Prize last year, the year before we were at the Chairman's Prize, and we're here for Lady Captains. So that tells you that we have a very long relationship with you, Muthaiga members, and we thank you for making sure that we feel at home and feel welcome. And because I believe when you're made to feel welcome, you have to give people a present. So for us, we're giving you a savings account. We know the holiday seasons are coming up. We know school fees is coming up. So save and save at an 11%. With the 11%, it's compounded. So if you look at it, really, we're giving you 12%. So we know that the holidays are coming, school fees is coming next 2 months. So save with us so that you can be able to have a nest egg.
For me, I'd like to tell you that this year, my theme was wellness. So we were looking at financial wellness, which is why SBM Bank was a very good partner. We were also dealing with mental wellness, spiritual wellness, physical wellness, and making sure that you get your life balance in. And that is how partners like Serena Hotels comes in. for me, what I'd like to say as my parting remark is, I am so privileged and grateful to each and every one of the Muthaiga members for giving me this year to be able to deliver as the lady captain. I look forward to the incoming lady captain, Daphne Minor, taking the reins, and to the golfing fraternity, yes, President of Kenya Golf Federation, and Vice President, who is Jane Babson Zibo. I will be available for all other duties, but now I am happy to retire as the lady captain.
Now, the second edition of the Sakaja Super Cup has entered the next stage as 231 teams step into the next round of elimination round matches at the sub-county level. Sub-county draw were conducted on Monday in Nairobi ahead of the matches set to be played on Saturday and Sunday this week, in which sub-counties are expected to whit down their participating teams to only 8 per sub-county.
Upande wa Kasarani tumesema tuna teams 25, ikiwa timu moja peke yake imepata bye, ikiwa ni New Njiru FC. Mechi ya kwanza itakuwa Mwiki United wakicheza na Icons. Mechi ya pili itakuwa Youngsters FC wakicheza na Plan B. Gavana aliweza kushika na kuchagua timu ya Maji FC, watakuwa wakicheza na Made in the Streets. 39 All Stars wakicheza na Kuza FC.
Now, the national men's football team Harambee Stars have today traveled to South Africa ahead of their final 2 matches of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. Harambee Stars play Zimbabwe on Friday this week and against Namibia on Tuesday next week at the new Peter Mokaba Stadium.
You know, Namibia and Zimbabwe will play against us again very deep. They will play on counter-attacks. They will not open the game, since we know anyway. So Zimbabwe has a lot of quality players who are playing in Serie A, Premier League, French League 1. So they have this full squad. Nobody is missing in the squad. Everybody is there. So therefore we know that we have to pressure, we have to push. So they will not open the game. They will close the game. They will try to play on time. We are aware of this, and we will we have our ideas how to open the game, how to use also the weak sides of these teams. So you saw now the qualifiers that Zimbabwe till now conceded only 1 goal. And Namibia, even if they don't have any point in our group, then you can also understand how strong our group is. In the World Cup qualifiers, Namibia is in their group 2nd, you know. So some people don't know how strong these teams are. So we are aware of it, but it doesn't change the fact that we want to win.
English Premier League referee David Coate has been suspended pending a full investigation after a video was circulated on social media that appeared to show him making disparaging remarks about Liverpool and their former manager Jurgen Klopp. The video being shared appears to refer to a Premier League match that Coate officiated between Liverpool and Burnley in July 2020, which ended in a 1-1 draw. Klopp criticized Coate after the match, saying the referee failed to give fouls for challenges made on Liverpool's players. In the video, the man alleged to be Coate says Klopp had a right pop at him when he refed them against Burnley in lockdown. In the video, Coate calls Klopp arrogant and also swears several times when referring to him. Before we conclude, some breaking news coming to our studios right now. And Social Health Authority Board sends CEO Elijah Wachira on compulsory leave. Financial Services Director Robert Ingaisira has been named as the acting boss. So the SHA CEO has been sent on compulsory leave. Well, with that, we come to the end of our news tonight. Many thanks to you for making time to watch Hope TV Newswatch. Really do appreciate the value of your time. On behalf of the amazing team that made this bulletin a success. Have yourselves a blessed night. My name is Kimani, and signing for us tonight has been Boniface Moretti.